guys, welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya, and this is episode 82. I have had such a crazy week. It's been wonderful. It's been exciting, but it's been busy. So I want to start with the admin-y stuff first so I don't forget it at the end. If you're looking to get in touch with me, all the ways you can do that are listed in the description box below. And this is the last week that you can, let me make for sure, because today is the 16th. Yep, so this is the last week you have to reach out to me and let me know if you want to participate in our cast-on party next weekend, the 24th and the 25th. So when you send an email or a message to me on Instagram, let me know which day works better for you, Saturday or Sunday, or if you're available for both, and then I can put you where there's room. So basically, if you're available Saturday but not Sunday, I'll do my best to make sure you're there. But if there's no room on Saturday because it's already filled, I won't bother putting you on Sunday because you didn't say you were available on Sunday. So let me know what your preference is, but let me know if you're available Saturday and Sunday or if it's an or thing. Yes, and I will also be doing the drawing on next week's episode for our 500 subscribers. Exciting news that we got to talk about a couple weeks ago. So last week I drew, or the dice rolled my Maddie sweater, and I have a confession. No, it didn't. It did not roll the Maddie sweater. It rolled my blanket that I've worked on a little bit, but I took my Maddie sweater with me because I was going on a road trip. So I want to talk about that one real quick. So this is the width of the sleeve, okay? The sleeve, because I did finish it, and I am going to end up taking about that much out of the sleeve all the way up. So this is finished, and as soon as I have an opportunity, which I will make the time to do this because this is such a luxurious squishy fabric, but I'm going to probably take, you see how much extra fabric I have here? I mean, that's quite a bit. You see that fold? It's not quite half, but it's a lot. So I am going to take the sleeve out to about just above the elbow, and I'm going to do some more drastic decreases, and then I'm going to take that extra length and add it to the bottom of the Maddie sweater so I have more length. So I have quite a bit that I need to do on this still. I'm going to write down some notes, and I'm going to put it back in the project bag, and I am going to put it back on the whip wall because if I don't make the time to do this, the dice will roll it for me again, and then I don't have to feel bad. So the Maddie sweater is done. But I do want to make some modifications still. So I am going to put this back on the whip wall. I'll find a spot for it, and I'm going to write some notes down because I do want to modify those sleeves and add that extra wool to the length of the sweater. Now, let's talk about what the dice did roll. Oh, that was a new cast on. What did it? Oh, it's right here. The dice rolled my excavation blanket last week, which it's being done with my Lofty Loops Advent from 2023. Now, this is where I was last week when I rolled the dice. That's all the progress I made. It is looking good. If you're not familiar with the excavation blanket, here's the picture that comes on the pattern. So I'll hold that up a little longer. I'm sorry, that was so fast. It's a diagonal fringe scrap blanket by the Hip Knitser. So when you're knitting this, you have fringe on one end as you're increasing, and you're increasing with the fringe on the bottom. And then when you start doing your decreases, you're going to end up with fringe on the other side. So that is as far as I got this week, but I have had a really crazy week, and we're going to talk about that. So if you watched episode 81, you'll know that I was going on a road trip. And I was going on a road trip with Erica, and she's the owner of one of my local yarn shops. And we were going to Flock Fiber Festival. And we had, it was about, when we left where we live and we drove over there, we had about a 5-hour drive to get there. And I was doing the driving, which is the way I prefer it, which meant Erica got to sit next to me and knit and knit and knit. And it was wonderful. And we laughed and we had such a great drive. It was such a fantastically relaxing weekend. I enjoyed we had a little bit of an incident Friday night, but even the incident was amazing because I got to laugh about it afterwards with her. So we had a really great time, and I got to go to the Flock Fiber Festival, which was in Seattle, and I got a picture with Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. What a pleasant couple. I mean, they were just so kind and so friendly and gracious. And I asked, they were both wearing Granny Square cardigans. And I asked if they'd mind if I took a picture. And they were like, oh, no, not at all. Please do. And so I got a picture. And then Ray made a comment about, oh, take another one. I think I blinked or something like that. I mean, it was such a great experience. And I got to see so many vendors and yarn that I hear Erica talk about that I have never seen. It was just such a fantastic weekend. And then we ran into Natalie and her husband, Kent, from Nitty Natty. And we just had a really great time. And then we got to go see my brother. We just had a really, really great weekend, and I didn't get much time to knit because I was driving. I drove a lot because we drove Friday night, our hotel. We got checked into the hotel we actually stayed at, not the one we had reservations at, but the one we actually stayed at. I think we ended up driving about probably 6.5 hours to get there. And then the next morning we had another, 15-minute drive to a winery that Erica wanted to go visit. And then we had like a 3-hour drive to the festival. And then we had another 3-hour drive to my brother on Saturday. And then Sunday we got to visit with my brother. And then we had a 6.5-hour drive home. So I really didn't get much time to knit last weekend. But as we were driving, I was talking to Erica. I really want to learn how to do mosaic crochet. It's not something I had ever put much thought into how it was done, but the more patterns that start coming out, there are so many creative people, so many amazing people out there, and they're so creative, and they are coming out with these designs that I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And then I read it and it's mosaic crochet. So it's something I really wanted to learn how to do. And so Erica's like, me too. So we went and got wool, and so she cast on a mosaic crochet pattern on our way back on Sunday. And I had watched numerous tutorials. And so as she was doing these stitches, and she's reading it out loud and talking through it, it's all clicking in my head because I had watched tutorials. And she made so much progress. She did really, really great. And so I did start a mosaic crochet pattern. I will show you my progress. It doesn't look like much at all. I will put a picture in here of what the finished project is going to look like. And it is on Ravelry, but this is as far as I've gotten, but this took me a lot longer than I thought. So here it's going to be a bag. This is the bottom. You can see the ridge right here from the bottom to the side. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big size. It's going to be a decent size bag. I'm very excited about it. The wool that I'm using, it's not wool, it's cotton. I'm using cotton, and this is Knit Picks Dishy in the navy color. And then my contrast color, and you guys will have already seen a picture of that. So the main color is going to be this navy. And then the color bit that with all the wording is Juniper Moon Farms Cumulus Rainbow is going to be in these colors right here. Ah, it's going to be so great. I'm so, so excited. So like I said, this is as far as I've gone, but I have a couple of mosaic crochet patterns that I want to do. And I didn't want to have my first attempt of that be during my cast on party. So I am working on this. I am going to get a little bit more familiar with the process and the technique of mosaic crochet, and I will be casting on a project next weekend during the cast on party using this technique. I do want to spend some more time getting familiar with that though. So that was an unexpected cast on. I wasn't anticipating doing this week, but as things unfolded, I've done it. I've done it and it is here now. And this is as far as I've gotten. So we'll get that back in the project bag. Now I have also, where did it go? It's over here. One second. I have also worked a little bit on my linen stitch blanket. And that linen stitch is the one that has gone to church with me. It's been in the school waiting line wherein I pick Alex up, who has gone back to school. So this is my progress on that. And the little bell is where it was the last time you guys saw it. So I will move that up. And this, you guys, I have really, really enjoyed doing. It has been absolutely an amazing project. I've really, really enjoyed it so very much. And it's so repetitive, but so methodic and relaxing. I really have found that I've enjoyed this stitch. So this is another crochet project that I am working on right now. But look at those stitches. So if you aren't aware, what I did was I bought, we had a trunk show here by Always Be Kind Yarn, and she had a table full of minis, and she had doodle decks there, which is what I think a lot of people are using minis for right now, is color work and those doodle decks. And so Alex and I sat there and we picked out one of every color that she had, and this is what I'm doing with it. I'm putting it into a blanket. It's a corner to corner, gradual increases, and I'll gradually decrease. I'm using right side, wrong side, all the way down and back. And then I'm using a cream color in between. And I'm doing 5 colors or 5 strips of each color. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I change to this orange, 1, 2, 3. So I've got 2 more stripes of this orange, and then I'll switch to the next color. So yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying this as well. And this one has been my one that goes to church or waits in lines with me and stuff in the car. It's been a lot of fun. Now, as you can see, or as you can imagine, I will hold it up again. Not that you guys will be able to get a great view of it, but I've got all the minis here that are going to go into this blanket. If I can find the end of it. There we go. So there we have it. I started on this side, and I'll work my way across. But all of this winding of the minis, there's so many to wind. So I'm gonna have to share something with you. I have a winding station that my son built for me. I'll show it to you briefly, but we'll go through it more later. But it is very exciting. So I do have that linen stitch blanket that I've been working on. Now, it's time to roll the dice. let's pull up the dice app on my iPad. I'm closing all the other apps. Okay, let's see here. I almost did what I did last week and rolled the dice without hitting record. So I don't have any other apps open. So we'll open the dice. We're gonna roll 8-2. Let's go see what 8-2 is. Okay, so we're looking for Cubby 8, Project 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looks like there's only one project in there. So we will grab that. And that is the wool that belongs in this project bag. I know what this is. Let's go back to the desk and we'll talk. Okay, so let's talk about what was in Cubby 8 Project 2. This was an Advent project I was working on last year, and it was a pattern that was done by, so I got a Lofty Loops. Oh, how funny. I got a Lofty Loops Advent, which I'm putting into the excavation blanket, but the dyer for Lofty Loops, her name's Allison, and she has patterns on Ravelry. What is she listed as on there? I don't know if it's Lofty Loops or if you can find her under Allison Stouffer. But she had a pattern that came with her Advent. And so I decided to use her pattern, but I wanted to put it with a different Advent. So that the one that I did, like loads of people that got her Advent put it into her project. So loads of them would look similar. And I didn't necessarily want that, but I did want to work on the project. And so I put her yarn into a different pattern and her pattern with a different yarn. So I decided she had a wrap and a cowl. So I decided to do the wrap. It's called the Slay All Day wrap. And the Advent that I'm using is the one that I got from Mandy over at Mouse Witch Yarns. Now here I have the colors that I have not put in, which will show you how much I have left to do on this project. And I have this red string tied to the next color because I'm going to go like this. So I have all the colors in order for this Slay All Day wrap, but this string of minis wouldn't fit in the project bag, so that's why it was off to the side. And this is the progress that I've made. Now this project has brioche, it has lace, it's got itself all tangled up. What the heck is happening? I don't even know what's happening right now. Where is the ball that this is attached to? I've got it wound around the cord. And how in the heck do I put a project away for months in the middle of a row? Who does that? Who does that? Not me normally. So here is the progress that I have so far on this wrap. And so I'm doing a color, and then I went and I picked out a neutral that I'm holding with mohair. And I'm putting that in between each of the colors. So it looks as though I'm on color 3, because we'll have 1, 2, and then 3. So I have not done much. I have a lot to do on this, but I'm feeling motivated. So I'll see how I can get through, how many I can get through. I will move this progress keeper up right now while I'm thinking about it. go. So I've moved the progress keeper up, and I'm going to work on this project. I still don't think this is gonna fit in this bag, but we'll see. Maybe I have to get a new project bag. Let me just explain to you guys, I have so many project bags. It's silly, to be perfectly honest with you. But in all my unpacking and organizing and reorganizing and getting rid of and decluttering, I put all of my project bags into a spot. I have no idea where that spot is. I don't know where I put that stash of project bags. So I'm kind of freaking out because I have to find that by next weekend because I have projects I want to cast on next weekend. I will show you. So this neutral color, I wasn't sure how much I would need for this wrap. And so I had 3 skeins set aside. I'm gonna grab it. And just by chance, I brought those home this week. They were in my locker at the shop. So the yarn I'm putting in between is the Heritage Cascade. And I've got several skeins of that just in case I need it because I wasn't sure. And I'm doing that exact same thing with another project, but I'm using Linares. But I decided to put a neutral in. And then I have 2 tops that I want to cast on next weekend, which I will talk more about next weekend. But I've got these dungaree rainbow tweed. You guys, I've done my outline tees in these. And I'm doing a uptown tee in this same material, but different colors. But I've got 2 colors here because I have 2 different tees that I want to do. So these need to go in a project bag, but they are currently being housed in my Attenti bag. Look at how glorious that is. Ugh. So this will be a project bag for something, but I'm not sure what. Maybe I'll put my wrap in this one for now. That's quite possible. A glamorous bag for some glamorous yarn. So yeah, you guys, this week, Alex started 3rd grade. And if you guys have been around here for a while, you know that Alex is my 8-year-old. And there's been a lot with her recently. And I can't tell you what it is because I don't know what it is, but something has happened with her. And she has dealt with sensory processing issues since birth. And we've been working really, really hard. And this summer, she's got a whole new wardrobe. She's wearing a new outfit every single day. Nothing is inside out. She started school. She is so enjoying her teacher. She's got this incredibly positive attitude with the kids at school. She's coming home and we're like being super encouraging of the new outfit. So each night I'm painting her nails to match and coordinate with the outfit she's going to wear the next day. We are having such a great time. And I have had so much fun with her this week. Each night we're doing something. And it's just been wonderful. It has truly just been wonderful. But it hasn't left me a lot of crafting time because I am super hyper focused on that kiddo, and she has just absolutely amazed me these last several weeks. So a little boasting about my girl because she's doing wonderful, and it has just been so exciting to watch her be excited about going to school and to watch her be excited about fitting in and wearing some cool clothes that she's comfortable with. And that's just not something she's ever got to experience. And she's living it now, and it's pretty exciting to see. So it's been a lot of fun around here with the road trip and Alex and Anthony's building things. I'll put you a little thing. So my
Swift and my ball winder have been attached to my kitchen counter, and Anthony built me this stand that is so sturdy and so great, and it's so low profile. It's up against my wall, and he put some eye hooks underneath it so that I can hang some snippets there, so that when I'm cutting yarn ties, my snippets are right there, and 2 more eye hooks, because I'm going to sew a fabric baggie that's about 6 inches wide that has loops on it, so those loops can hook onto those eye hooks, and that's where I'll put all my scrap yarn from, you know, when you're all of these, when you're winding your yarn and you have all the tie pieces. And they end up in just a pile on your counter or on your desk or wherever you're winding yarn. And so he put some eye hooks into there so I can put a little bag there. I'm so excited. I will show you guys. And I'm just sitting here looking at it, and it's wonderful. So I've just had a really great week, and I do want to remind you, next weekend is our cast on party. So if you are wanting to, I've had the last couple, I've had people that couldn't attend because it was full. So I decided this time that I was going to do it Saturday and Sunday, so I didn't have to say no or sorry, maybe next time, to anybody. So please let me know if you're wanting to attend the cast on party. Let me know if you'd like to attend Saturday or Sunday, or if you're available both days, so I can put you where there's room. And that would be excellent. I hope everybody's doing good, and I will see you guys next. Do you want to say hi? No? I will see you guys next week. Bye.